What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back on the post game recap. As the Lakers fall to the Denver Nuggets, man, to go down 0-3 in the series. What a horrible game, man. What a horrible game. Listen, I told you guys the playoffs reveal the truth, and the truth of the matter is that the Nuggets just want it more. Because I'm still not convinced that they're the better team. But let me tell you what did go wrong. I'm gonna tell you what did go wrong. The coaching has been atrocious. All right, I went from hoping for Darvingham to get better as a rookie coach to now hoping. I'm not even gonna say hoping he gets fired. I just hope he gets better and gives us a better product on the court. I'm so tired of like trying to hire the right coach. It's been years, man. We haven't had a really good coach since Phil Jackson. And it's sad, but this man continued to go to the three guard lineups. Every time we got up the momentum, he made the wrong substitutions. We lose the momentum. Um, Nuggets just wanted it more. I'll tell you, I gotta say something about our stars though. I'm very disappointed in both of our stars. Um, Anthony Davis is not the best big man in the league. Nikola Jokic is. I gotta give it to him. All right, he had a way more impact in this game and in this series, every single game, especially in the fourth quarters. But here's a really messed up part. Is that we making Jamal Murray look like a superstar, and he's not even like that. He's a good player, but he's not a superstar. We gave up 35 points to Jamal Murray. That's where we lost the game. 35 points to Jamal Murray on 11 for 29 and 5 from 11 from beyond the arc, with 6 assists and 7 rebounds added to that. Really disappointed, man, and this Laker team. Here's another thing we found out in this playoff series, and yeah, it's basically over. We're down 0-3. We might win a game or two if we claw and scrap, but there's no way we coming back from that. All right, and I never say never till we die, but I think it's apparent. They dominated us, man. 3 games in a row, 3 fourth quarters in a row, 3 fourth quarters in a row. Our superstars didn't show up. Think about that. 3 fourth quarters in a row, our superstars went missing. And so AD has disappointed me, man, because he's capable of so much more, right? And he just got completely dominated by Jokic in this series, completely. That's number one. Number 2, LeBron James, I believe Father Time is coming for him. I think it's here. He has not been at his old self. He went 3 for 9 from beyond the arc, right? He had 23 points, but those were probably the most unimpressive 23 points I've ever seen in my life. No impact. It's like every time we got the momentum, he would jack up a 3 for 9 from beyond the arc after going 0 for 6. D'Angelo Russell, we went from loving him to now he's not even playable, right? And that's sad because the dude is 28 years of age. So it's one of those things, man. One of those things that I'm very disappointed in the coaching and in the star play. Their stars is plain and simple, man. You cannot win a series when their stars outplay your stars every game. It's the bottom line. I'm disappointed in LeBron, but I'm starting to see that it's not his fault, man. I feel like Father Time has come for him. There's only so much he can do. I mean, it's not for lack of effort, but it is for lack of IQ. I'll tell you that. Those jacking up, breaking up those shots, man. That wasn't necessary, especially when the other role players, who I'm going to talk about in a minute, were making me very proud, man. Rui Hachimura did a phenomenal job on Jokic for the most part in that game, till he got hot in the end. And Austin Reeves got a lot of heart, man. Austin Reeves, another 20-point game. That's 3 in a row, 23 points tonight, very efficiently as well. So those 2 right there, man, they're definitely keepers. But the rest, to be honest with you, the way D'Lo has played, I'm starting to think about Kyrie Irving, right? And I know I said something different, but I didn't think D'Lo would disappear 3 games in a row in the Western Conference Finals. It's hard to really see a future with a player like that, especially with what he's going to command in the market. If he's going to be that much of a liability defensively, and then offensively he's not going to show up, you got to start thinking in another direction. Smokes said Darvin been 0-3 since he shaved. Man needs to wake up. For real though, I don't know why he keeps changing what works. I don't get it either. Another thing is that Vando did an excellent job, man, ball denying the crap out of Jamal Murray in that third quarter. And in the fourth, he doesn't see a minute. I don't understand it, man. He trades defense for offense, but the offense still didn't come with the lineup he had. He loves his 3-guard lineups, man. I'm convinced Darvingham still has a lot of learning to do. Maybe it wasn't his year to become a head coach yet. He should have stayed another year or 2 as an assistant because he acted like an assistant on this one. Yeah. Johnny said LeBron ain't it, nor AD. Trade them if we can. I expect a rebuild around our young talent this offseason. I'm okay with that. Here's the thing, Johnny, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the Lakers don't operate that way, brother. You know who does operate that way? Boston. Boston, as soon as their stars look old, they trade them away, just like they did Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and everybody, right? Rondo, everybody. The Lakers give them farewell tours. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to sit through whatever the remainder of LeBron's contract is and watch him retire slowly. My only hope is that the youngsters continue to develop. I'm very encouraged by what I've seen from Austin Reeves. I think LeBron's done because I've never in my whole life, I've watched him play his whole career. I've never seen him be this much of a liability on the offensive end. Like, and you got to give credit to Denver because they're doing a great job swarming us. They're swarming AD and LeBron, but this is where superstars rise. You see what Jamal did. You see what Jimmy Butler did. LeBron and AD have not taken over a single game in the Western Conference Finals. And every fourth quarter, their stars step up and their role players. Ours do not. That has been the difference in the series, man. As far as rebuilding around the young talent, I love young talent, and I wish that were so, but we're probably about 2 years away from that. However, we can add young talent to what we already have, right? Obviously, you already have Austin Reeves and Rui. To me, they need to be part of your foundation. And then you got to trickle in some more young talent. We're obviously going to get the 17th overall draft pick and 47. Maybe we can find another steal there and continue to add to that. But man, you know what, man? The playoffs always tells the truth, you know. And a lot of people are going to be mad at me for saying this, but yeah, I believe Father Time has come from LeBron. Either that or his injury is worse than we thought, his foot injury, and then we'll find out next year when he's back to normal. But Father Time comes for everybody. He's in year 20. I'm not surprised. It's just sad that it's rearing its ugly head in the Western Conference Finals. However, he had good spurts in the first and second round, but none of them were like LeBron James type takeovers. So I do believe he's getting older. As far as AD goes, man, AD is hit or miss. You know, that's why a lot of people want him traded, because he's hit or miss. You never know what version of him you're going to get. Today, he was having a great first half. Second half, he magically disappears, right? So hit or miss with Anthony Davis, man. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know this, man. I'm proud of this Laker team. I'll say that I'm proud of them. I'm upset with this loss because all three games, honestly, were winnable, right? Better execution, better coaching, and better star play would have got us probably at least 2 out of these last 3 wins. So give them credit because their stars stepped up. Their coach, I don't know if you realize, every time we went on a run, they would call a timeout. Their set play out of the timeout was a guaranteed bucket, right? Whether it was a high screen lob pass to somebody or a backdoor cut or something to get somebody open, they executed, man. I can't even be mad at them. KCP cooked us. I can't even be mad at him because we traded him. He got his revenge. But I am disappointed, man. I'm really disappointed in our stars. I don't want to hate on another one of our coaches, but Darvin Ham's getting damn near close to that, man. You know, I really wanted him to do good, but it's hard when he's got favorites. I don't understand why these coaches stick with these favorites. D'Lo has dirty picks of Darvin, only explanation. There's no way he should have saw a single minute in the fourth quarter with the way his first 3 quarters went. I agree with you. I don't get it, man. The favoritism makes me sick, but hey, Ham trolling us playing D'Lo. Dude literally lives under a bridge and loves riddles. Look, this coach is probably one of the more stubborn coaches we've seen in a minute. And I thought Frank Vogel was stubborn. All the times he started DeAndre Jordan and Kent Bazemore, I thought he was stubborn, but damn, this guy right here, man, this coach kind of takes the cake. He made 0 adjustments. He didn't come out. Listen, we made a phenomenal run with Rui again. Rui has been key all series long. He should have started, and he comes out of the half, no Rui again, right? And then Vando's playing phenomenal defense on Jamal Murray. Another fourth quarter where he takes him off, and they can cook, right? So, it's not LeBron tonight. Darvin Ham is a bad coach. It's all of them, bro. Because honestly, let's be honest. And I'm not trying to hate on LeBron. I appreciate everything he's done for the city. I love LeBron. Well, I won't say I love LeBron like I love Kobe, but I like LeBron and I respect him. And so my thing is this, man. Father Time was going to come from him eventually, man. I think it's about time we face the facts and the reality. Playoffs always tell the truth, right? This LeBron doesn't have the lift. This LeBron is not dominating in the paint. This LeBron is not making the best decisions. Either his foot is really bothering him that bad he's going to require surgery after the season, or Father Time already came for him, or it's on the way, right? It's knocking at his doorstep. This issue's on Ham and his love child, D'Lo. Man, it's sad, bro, because you know what? We had potential, man. We could have went all the way this season. I feel like we had the roster. The guys choked in the end. D'Angelo Russell choked this series. Um, like I said, our stars aren't closing fourth quarters. They're not. Right? It's a close game all the way into the fourth quarter, and boom, they blow it out of the water. That's on our stars. They got to lead us home, right? 9 times out of 10, the best stars in the series will win, and it's a hard pill to stomach because AD and LeBron have been champions together, but it looks like their best days together are behind them, unfortunately. So, Mamba said Ham took out Bron players when we had momentum. Yeah, he's done that all year long. He's done that all year long, man. He truly has. It's painful, man. It's painful for me to be sitting here in front of the camera telling you guys my true thoughts, but that's how I feel. I feel like the playoffs really reveal a lot, right? Tara says, Dan, what should we do? Because this is just horrible. Well, first of all, we got to play with some heart and try to at least get a win in this series because it's not officially over. Once it's officially over, I'm going to dive into all that this offseason with you guys. There's multiple directions the Lakers can go. I'm not sure which one they're going to go with yet. I think the draft will be very telling. If we get some sort of, like, if we draft the best young player available, even though he's not, NBA ready, then that means we're building for the future. If we draft some, junior or senior, that means the Lakers still feel like LeBron and AD have a window. So I am curious to see which way they're going to pivot. There's a chance they can go out and grab Draymond or Kyrie, but you'd have to gut your depth, right? And it's like, is that worth, losing future pieces like Rui or Austin for maybe a 1 or 2 year rental of Kyrie? And if that doesn't work, then you're deeper in the hole as far as the rebuild goes. So there's a lot of things to think about. That's a great question, Tara. I'm glad you asked it. It's a question I'll be asking myself all summer long. When I get the answers, I got you guys with tons of content. Dom said, Dan, Murray, first 6 shots, all 6 for 6 were on D-Lo. He plays 0 defense/offense. Murray had 30 in the first half, ended with 35. Dennis guarded him. Yeah, listen, Dennis did good. Dennis did his part, but I still preferred Vando out there, man, being scrappy, playing passing lanes. I know people have their reservations on Vando because of the offense, but Vando got us here, man. Vando got us past round 1 and round 2, up until the final game of round 2. And so why go away from what works, right? Let him close quarters. Let him play tenacious defense. Let him help crash the glass. We didn't do none of that, and coach fails to adapt. First half, we didn't even double team Murray. He was able to score on us very easily. He was able to glide through the paint. His footwork is phenomenal. I'll give him that, man. I can't even hate on them because they're fucking good. All right. And I'd be a hater if I just sit here and just talk shit about them. Truth of the matter is they outplayed us at the end. Yeah, the officiating's been horrible. But let's be honest, man. It's been horrible all year. It's not an excuse now, right? I agree with you. The Lakers get Kyrie, let D'Lo walk. I wish it were that easy, man, but I'm not sure how the new, right? There's a new CBA, so we'd have to learn it and see how that works and what are the implications and what you can do in the offseason and what you can't, right? Unless Kyrie takes a pay cut, it's going to be really hard to just swap out D'Lo for Kyrie, right? If that were the case, that's a no-brainer. You guys know how I feel about Kyrie, and he would have been huge in these games. He might have been the difference in all 3 of them. But remember, there's such a thing as a salary cap. Right now, there's a hard cap that penalizes you for going over it and whatnot. And we got players we got to re-sign. Rui and Austin Reeves are must. I'm very proud of those 2 specifically, man. They have really shined in this series and throughout the playoffs, and our future is bright. So that is something to get excited about. Even though I know we just lost, man, it's really hard to get excited. Phil, appreciate you, man. On the Cash App, he said we got to hop. We got to hope Lakers don't draft any more guards. That's a good point because there's a ton of wings out there, and there's actually some really good guards, man. But to me, if they're going to draft a guard, they better make sure that he's defensive-minded as heck and he has good size on him because that could have been usable in this series, man. That really could have been useful in this series. Mike Conley said, keep Bron, AD, Rui, Reeves, trade for Dame or Kyrie. Bron is too old to play hard both ways. We need another scorer. That's been the problem, though, man. Hey, listen, that has been the problem is that for the most part, LeBron wasn't, he's only had 1 30-point game all playoffs long. So he hasn't been carrying like in the past, right? So even if we get another score, we're still lacking in certain departments. I think we need a lot more than just a scorer. We need a backup big man who can actually clog up the lane because these guys just waltz in the paint. All right. Again, tonight, they got some easy buckets at the paint. Again, tonight, they're able to play us inside and out. They get to 119 points. We need rim protectors beside AD. The thing about the whole situation is I never liked AD playing at the 5. right? Because I don't feel like he's a true five. I always felt like he's a four, and he's so much better coming from the weak side, blocking shots, rebounding, doing the dirty work from the four position. And we went away from what worked. When we won in 2020, we had Dwight or JaVale starting alongside AD. This year, we're going smaller, right? With Vando. Vando to me is not a real big. He's a wing, right? He's a wing. So it's one of those things, man, where it's one of the two. Either Father Time is coming for LeBron or he's really hurt. Regardless, man, can we count on this man another year to have a spectacular season like he did this year? It looks like he ran out of gas by the Western Conference Finals. He hasn't been spectacular. Again, 3 for 9 from beyond the arc is a recipe for disaster. That's why I didn't want him shooting any threes. He hit a couple, he becomes infatuated by it, and he steps back. It's easier for an older man to step back and shoot threes than to attack the rim and then get back on the defensive end. So I get it, but I don't get it because you got actual three-point shooters. When he kicked it out to Rui, we hit a big three. Austin Reeves has been on. So I wish he would have made better decisions down the stretch. But I can't be mad at him because he at least pouring his heart out. AD on the other end, man, I don't know, man. He doesn't show up all the time, right? He might have put up the numbers tonight. He had close to 30. You know, he did some phenomenal things offensively in the first half. The second half, he tends to disappear. So I don't know, man. I don't know if a trade is what's necessary or just to build from within. It's something we really have to consider this offseason because we have some good assets, man. We got to hold on to those assets, and we have to draft really well and continue to add. In the offseason, I want Stanley Johnson here. Stanley Johnson would have been phenomenal because he can guard the perimeter, he can rebound, and he plays extremely tough. I'll give Denver's extremely deep, man. They have guys like the Brown kid. I mean, he has been an X factor for them. Aaron Gordon, who I didn't expect to score, came out knocking down threes and shit today. Michael Porter Jr. I mean, they're just a very dangerous team. This is why I always respected them. Why I knew they were going to be an uphill battle, but I did not expect the Lakers stars to not show up in the fourth. And I think that has been the biggest difference. Viral Nomic says, I hate to admit it, but blow it up. Build around AR and Rui and Vando. Everyone else can go. And I mean that with full certainty. AD and LeBron James duo is over. It sure feels like that, man, but I wouldn't be shocked if they give him one more year go around. I'm just telling you because we got all the way to the Western Conference Finals after a half of a season, right? I get it. You guys are tired of the old man look. I mean, we listen, God rest his soul, but we went through this with Kobe already when we gave him the farewell tour and we couldn't really be competitive at the end. And I think that's what Laker fans are afraid of. Another farewell tour for LeBron where we can't really be that competitive because his contract is taking up so much money. And at the same time, he's no longer going to be the same. But I still think LeBron can contribute to a certain degree. I just think, man, in order for you to win a championship with him, you really got to give him hella weapons now. Because I thought this team was deep enough to win the championship. I still do. Coaching got to be better, though. Seriously, the coach really held us back all playoffs long. We won in spite of the coach up until the Western Conference Finals. And again, the playoffs reveal everything you need to know about a team. And what is revealed to me is that either LeBron's getting older or he's hurt. AD is no longer the best big in the NBA. I mean, he looked phenomenal defensively the first two series, but this series he's getting cooked both ends, right? And they're swarming him. He's not being able to catch the ball. He got butterfingers all of a sudden. He's not finishing. He's falling. He's too fragile all of a sudden. And so I love and respect AD. I'll always be thankful for that one championship. But if you're thinking of trading one guy, you might start with him. He might bring you the most in return right off the bat. But I'm not thinking of that yet because the season's not over. Tyrone, my guy said, look at the haters in the chat. Y'all was waiting for this moment, huh? We had a good run, Dan. Looking forward to next season. We had a great run, man. And I'm still proud of this team, no matter what the haters say. Listen, at the end of the day, we ended further than all the teams in the haters chat, right? In the chat. I'm sure we got Clipper fans in there. I'm sure we got Suns fans in there. I'm sure we got all these haters in there culminating and, making out with each other, man, in the chat. That's fine. Let them have the little 3 seconds of fame or whatever. At the end of the day, the Lakers will always have a bright future. Okay. Again, we have a first-round pick. We have a second-round pick as well. Okay. Lakers have done phenomenal things in the draft. Look no further than Austin Reeves, who even went undrafted. Basically like a free draft pick right there. And so many more before that. And then free agency is going to be very interesting to me. That's where it gets crucial. What happens with D'Lo now that he's become unplayable in the Western Conference Finals? I think a lot of people are starting to sour on him. Will the Lakers value him or move on from him or what? What is going to happen there, right? Then you got other guys who I don't know if they're going to come back or not. Dennis is probably going to be back for sure because Darvin Ham loves him. But again, I don't want to talk about this because the season isn't officially over till it's over. I want to show respect to our organization, to the Lakers. They at least gave us a chance to compete, man. People were mad at the front office at one point, even I was, and at least they gave us a team to compete. So LeBron fans, AD fans can't be mad anymore because the front office did their part. The players fell a little short. The coach definitely fell fucking short, but not the front office. They gave us the opportunity, right? So let's see. Dom K. Let's see what my man Dom said. He said, if the Lakers sign D'Lo anything more than a veteran minimum and start him, I will stop being a Laker fan after 30 years. G1 was ours. Game 2 was a reach, and Game 3 was bullshit. Come on, man. That cannot make you stop being a Laker fan. There's nothing. Listen, a real diehard will never stop being a Laker fan no matter what. I've heard this before. I've heard it when LeBron came here. Some LeBron haters were like, I'm going to stop being a Laker fan. Don't talk like that out of emotion, man, because people take that to heart. And then make us look fickle as Laker fans. We're not fickle. Listen, we've been Laker fans here through the rebuild. We've been Laker fans here through the 16 games we only won that season through the the farewell tour. We've been Laker fans through some ups and downs. We'll continue to be Laker fans, Dom. So you take that back, sir, because there's no way in hell that should stop you from being a Laker fan. You can't win every season. The bottom line is this: we're spoiled and we're lucky to be Laker fans, and we've been blessed with a lot of great basketball. But you cannot win every year, and I guess this wasn't our year. It's that simple. If you can, the playoffs never lie to people, man. They don't lie. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't. We're down 0-3 for a reason, because either our coach wasn't good enough, our stars are no longer good enough, or as a collection, those things just aren't good enough. Those parts aren't good enough no more. So I don't understand the inconsistency of AD. Honestly, me neither. He hasn't been the same since he got married, and I'm not blaming his marriage. I'm just pointing out the timeline, right? I don't know if he has problems at home or he's no longer happy here or whatnot, but he has not been the same. He hasn't been consistent. Bubble AD was different, man. Pelicans Anthony Davis was different. He can get you 50 points. This AD, we'd be lucky if he gets us 30, right? Defensively, he's been elite. I'll give him that. But this series, he got cooked, man. There's a lot of times where Aaron Gordon got an offensive rebound, put it back right in his face. You know, and it's one of those things where I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man, I can't believe it. But I mean, whatever the case may be, he's not the best big man in the league. I hate to say it because I wanted to give him that title, but you know I'm a truth teller. Best big man in the league is the Joker. All right. And he don't even play defense like that. He's just very savvy and very smart. And they disguise him defensively, similar to how the Warriors disguise Curry so that you don't hunt him. The wings are always helping down low. They're always digging. And they do some great things. But I don't care about the Nuggets, man. I'm not going to talk about them. Do you think Phil Handy will be coaching candidate? I don't think so, man. Unfortunately, I just go based off of the track record, man. And history tends to repeat itself. I don't think Jeannie has developed that killer where she comes down with the axe and says, okay, Darvin was the wrong man for the coach. I know we gave him a 4-year job, but yeah, I'm going to have to fire him and hire somebody else. And there's a lot of good coaches available. Monty Williams is available. Nick Nurse is available. But unfortunately, Jeannie is a sweetheart. And as a result, she's going to give her coach that they picked multiple years to prove itself. And that's a good thing for the coach. But if the coach doesn't learn and get better, that's a bad thing for us fans. As we go through the years, we waste time and we just don't get a coach that can put us over the top. Mamba Mentality said, one thing I will say about the refs, why are threes getting reviewed and not our openings? He said, we need to get the next game. It's an honor game now. Yeah, listen, the Lakers should not get swept, man. They better not get swept, all right? It's going to make us all look better. They get swept. Got to go out here and for sure protect your house, at least for one game. You might have lost a series, right? But you take it one game at a time and you do your best. That's all you can do at this point, man. And I'm going to be watching because I love the Lakers. I never stop watching. You guys know I cover it year round, even the summer league preseason. I'm a real diehard fan, so I never stop watching, even through the hard times. I mean, I remember when we were getting blown out by 50 and I was having those rants on here. I was still watching then, so it's still going to be an honor to watch in the Western Conference Finals, man. I'm still proud of these boys. They went from seed number 13 to where we're at now, and I know that's not like fully satisfactory because we're all about championships, but I'm the type of fan that I'm thankful for everything, and I'm thankful that we at least got an opportunity to compete, and the playoffs were supremely entertaining with the Lakers in it. They always will be, you know. But it's all love, guys. It's all love. Listen, we live to fight another day. That has to be the slogan moving forward. Lakers protect home court for one game at least, and then we'll see what we can do from there. But very disheartening, very discouraging, man. I was even gonna stream Zelda after this. I ain't gonna do that shit no more, man. My night is ruined. But again, gotta be proud of the effort. The effort was there. The IQ wasn't too many threes again, but the effort was there. The rotations weren't. Coach really fucked us over, but the effort was there. So I gotta be proud at least of what they gave us, man. I'll try to stay positive for the most part. But it's disheartening. As a Laker fan, you knew what this team was capable of. I still know we're better than the Nuggets, even though they're beating us. They just, you know what? I got to give them credit. They executed every fourth quarter so far. Game 1, fourth quarter, we almost came back. They executed down the stretch, put us away. Game 2, we dominated them for 3 quarters. Fourth quarter comes around. LeBron chokes. Jamal Murray doesn't. They win the game. Game 3, neither of our stars impressed in the fourth quarter. They win again. So all these games have been decided in 2 quarters. The first quarter with the slow starts, and now we got to catch up all game long and exert energy because the starting lineups were wrong, because the gameplay strategy was wrong. And then in the fourth quarter, that's where we've been losing these games at the end of the day. So I still got to be proud of these guys, man. It sucks. It sucks ass, but here we are. Hello Kitty says, whatever D'Lo is going through mentally, it's very bad. If we had Kyrie, then D'Lo, a different outcome. We need Kyrie next season and keep everybody else. But D'Lo, LeBron is injured. I don't fully blame him. Go Lakers. Love the positivity. As far as the Kyrie situation goes, you guys know how I felt about him. I wanted him at the trade deadline. Unfortunately, I think he wanted to be a Laker as well. If you go back and you look at that press conference after he got traded to Dallas, he said, we don't always get what we want, which basically tells me he didn't want to be in Dallas. Unfortunately, we didn't trade for him. So now with the new CBA, I'm not sure what is possible. If we relinquish the rights to Austin Reeves, to D'Angelo, and to Vanderbilt, we might have enough cap to sign him outright since he is an unrestricted free agent. But do you really want to do that? Because I don't. I don't want to get rid of all of our youth. I still love Vando, even though he's been misutilized after properly being utilized for the second half of the season and the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. All of a sudden, Darvin Ham forgets how to use him, okay? So that's on coach. I still love Vando. I still think he's one of the elite perimeter players in the league. And I don't have, short-term memory loss when it comes to what he's done for us. He's really changed the culture of our defense. And matter of fact, the reason we've lost a lot of these games because he hasn't really seen the fourth quarter. That's on coach again, right? So defensively, we've had lapses. He just makes us different. I understand he has to work on his offense and stuff like that. I don't want to relinquish him. And I damn sure don't want to relinquish Austin Reeves, who's looking like a star in his own right, and he's only in his second year. Think about this. He's averaged over 20 points per game here in the Western Conference Finals, and he's only a sophomore. He's not a rookie. He's a sophomore, and he's doing this. I think that votes well for him, and I think in the future he is going to be an all-star at this rate if he continues. Imagine once LeBron retires and AD, whatever happens with him, Austin Reeves is going to be our main guy unless we have somebody else by then. But he's capable, man, of putting up buckets. He's a very heady player, and I look forward to seeing him continue to develop. And Rui as well, man. Rui has proven to be such a steal for us at the trade deadline. I mean, this guy, he's next level. Guys, he can score from anywhere. He's a solid defender, very athletic, very good rebounder. He just needs a coach to believe in him and start him, just like Kuzma did. It reminds me of Kuzma to a sense that Kuzma just needed to be started, and he became eventually a 20-point per game scorer, just like I always knew he would. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes it's on the coaching staff. Got to give these guys opportunities. Noel said, D'Lo is cool for the regular season, but if you want to compete next year, when all these teams retool, call Uncle Drew. Ham needs to improve. I agree, man. Uncle Drew is a champion, and he's actually helped lead a team to a championship. D'Lo doesn't have a lot of playoff experience, and to be honest, I think they got in his head this series. I think the trash talking and all that got to him, and that's no excuse. I know D'Angelo Russell's a lot better than what he has shown here. What are going to be the consequences from him playing like this in the Western Conference Finals? I have no clue, to be honest with you. I don't know how the front office is thinking, but I can't wait to dive into it this offseason. Kyle Loren said D'Lo just ain't built for the lights in the playoffs. He did phenomenal things in certain games in round 1 and 2, but he's hit a wall here. There's no doubt. He's 0 for 3. He hasn't had a good game in this series. So, he's hit a wall, and that has consequences. I don't know if this like tradable consequences or just don't pay him and let him go into free agency consequences, or are the Lakers going to bite the bullet and say, you know what, this new CBA is tough. Let's bring back the same team and just make minor tweaks. I could actually be a good thing because if you think about it, we didn't have no we did all this damage and we went on a run without having home court advantage, and that could be a huge thing too. If we would have started this series at our house, maybe we would have, maybe that would have propelled us to go up 2-0 in those close games. But instead, we started on the road. We lost momentum. They got all the confidence and they came in here and they took the third game. I mean, give them credit. Hate to do it, man, but you got to give them credit. Mama Mentality said, to be honest, I was against the Lakers drafting a point guard. Now I don't care. Draft the best out there. Even young college champion PG. If you know, you know. He said, also trade Vando for Draymond. Hear me out. He said, Dre is set. Vando needs work. The contracts wouldn't work, man. Draymond gets paid a lot. Vando does not. Vando is a bargain contract, right? This is why I love the kid. He's a bargain contract. He's getting paid about $4 million. You won't find that kind of production from a $4 million a year player, especially not defensively. So I'm keeping Vando. Draymond is over the hill anyways. I understand Draymond at the moment is a better interior defender, and he's got championship experience. So he would bring more value to this team for now. But for the future, I want to build with Vando, Austin, and Rui. I think those three right there are main key guys that you got to keep at all costs. I'll be disappointed if we let any of those three go because they're going to go do damage elsewhere, right? But there is going to be some changes. The magnitude of these changes depends on how the front office is thinking. I don't know what they're thinking. They might just be satisfied with going to the West, right? Especially compared to how they started, and they might give these guys another opportunity to do it another year. Me, if I was the front office, I don't know what I'd do. I have to, I don't want to be emotional tonight based off of this loss. I have to sleep on it. I have to think about it. And once our season is officially over, I'll give you guys the breakdown on what the Lakers should do. So I got you guys coming with tons of content. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe for sure, man. And hit the post noti bell because all the breaking news, you know where to find me for it. Tasia said LeBron and AD could have been better. That's for sure. But this is on Ham. I'm sick of D'Lo. Get him out of here. This is a lot of this series has been on Ham. A lot of these playoff games, even though we won them in spite of Ham, have been on Ham. Right? He's showing his weakness as a rookie coach. He still lacks experience. If I'm the Lakers, I'm looking to hire a more experienced assistant. Right? If you're not going to fire Darvin, that's fine. But go get me Monty Williams to be his assistant. Go give me somebody who's been there and done that. Nick Nurse, somebody, anybody. Right? Go give me somebody with more experience to be his assistant. And if he doesn't work, you already have the replacement there. That's what I would do if I'm the Lakers right off the bat. But I'm just a diehard fan. Scott says starting lineup sucked. Trade AD for Dame. That it's not a too far-fetched crazy idea. But we could be giving up all of our interior defense. If we're going to do that, we're going to have another big man. And there's a couple of good big men in this draft, but none are going to replace Anthony Davis. It's defensive production at least. 3 points. Bye-bye, D'Lo. That's how y'all feel, man. But I guarantee if he would have dropped 30, y'all would have felt different. I'll say this. I'm not defending D'Lo. He's played like shit this series, and that's going to have some consequences. So if he is gone this offseason, I wouldn't be shocked, right? But again, 3 guys I'm coveting for sure. Austin Reeves, number 1. Rui Hachimura, number 2. Vanderbilt, number 3. We got to build to those guys, man. Those guys, I mean, especially Rui and Austin, but even Vanderbilt. He's one of the top. All these guys are 24 and under, I believe, right? I might be mistaken. One might be 25, maybe just turned 25. But I think all 3 of those are 24 and under. They got an extremely bright future, and I look forward to seeing them grow, right? Reeves deserves his $80 million. He's playing like a star. He's playing literally. We've been looking for a third piece. A lot of people thought it was going to be D'Lo. A lot of us knew it was going to be Reeves. I've been telling you guys since his rookie season, since he was playing in Summer League, how special I thought he was going to be. I've been calling for him to start all year long. Finally, he earns a start, and he is not disappointed, right? He has been our 3rd best player if we're talking about consistency on both ends of the floor after LeBron and AD. So I'm very proud of that. And that's a second-year player with star potential like that. You better hold on to him for sure. C-Doc 80 says, Big 3 equals no depth. We always won with 2 stars and good role players. It won't work. See, that's the part that hurts is that who knows if this is father time coming from LeBron and then AD is this fragile where he can't play consistently for a whole series anymore, then maybe this duo won't work anymore. Somebody mentioned Damian Lillard for LeBron, but is another guard a solution when you can tell we got killed by these wings in this series? All the wings have cooked us, man. From Michael Porter Jr. to Aaron Gordon to even Bruce Brown, like they're killing us with the effort and the size. Size still matters, and I want the Lakers to hammer that through their head because Darvin Ham continues to go small, and we get cooked every time. It happened throughout the course of the season. It's happened throughout the playoffs, and it's happening now in the Western Conference Finals. That's why we don't have a win. Anytime he went to the three ball, small ball guard lineups, we came out with losses at the end. So I understand what you're saying, but then again, who knows what the solution is right now? I think the wound is too fresh right now. We're barely starting to come to the realization that this team is not going to compete for a championship, right? And that's a painful thing to say. Like my voice cracks as I'm saying that because I really felt like this team had what it took, right? But unfortunately, Father Time stops for no one. LeBron has not been impressive these playoffs. He's only been impressive in spurts. And that's the truth of the matter. That's the fact of the matter. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. I'm telling you the truth. Anthony Davis has been less than impressive every off game. So one game, yes, one game, no. And that's just the way it's going, man. That's not good enough to compete against a two-time MVP and Joker and rising star and Jamal Murray and a bunch of athletic wings that are, by the way, I don't like Coach Malone's attitude, but he's a great coach. Got to give it to him. You know, he's a great coach, man. He made every adjustment to beat us tonight. Every adjustment. Every time we went on a run, go back and watch the game. He'll call a timeout. Perfect play, ran right out of the timeout. Stops the momentum. Stops the crowd, right? Keeps the crowd out of it. So they're the first team to beat us in on the road, right? In our house. And they're acting like the number one seed. That's all I can say about them. That's it. He said, we should have been put in Troy Brown to guard Murray. Are we done? I don't feel it doesn't feel real. I'm sick. We shouldn't be done, bro, but it does feel like we are, man. It would take a miracle for Lakers to get back in the series. We literally have to win the next game and then the one on the road and then the one at home just to get to a seventh game, right? So it feels like a super extremely tall task. I'm not going to put those expectations on the Lakers. I have turned off my hopes at this point, and I'm just in watch mode. Hoping I can hope still, right? I can hope that I'm wrong and it's not over. I can hope that the Lakers have an insane like Hercules running them, and all of a sudden they tie it up and we at least go to a game 7. I can hope for all of that, man. But the truth of the matter is that Denver has dominated 3 straight quarters and they have won 3 straight games. And as long as we can't dominate in the fourth, if our stars can't step up, it's a wrap. But I agree. Coach Darvin Ham lacks an ability to make the right adjustments at the right time. Like he's really lacking, man. Big time. He said, would freaking love a Brook Lopez reunion. Is he a free agent? I don't know if he's a free agent, but if he's a free agent, man, we need a 7-footer. Like I would have brought Dwight back, as old as he is. At least he's a big body, and his heart. Rui has been such a revelation for me because I think he's the prototypical type of, power forward / small forward / big man. And these modern offenses that like to go small, he has been just a juggernaut on both ends versus Joker. Yeah, he truly has. And so I love what he has become for us. Like the future is really bright for him. As far as Brook Lopez goes, I'm not sure where he is, right, in free agency or whatnot. But Dontario said, this one's on Ham, bro. Whatever flows from the head trickles down to the body. Both good and bad. We lost as soon as Braun subbed out of the third. Yeah, I'll give Darvin Ham the majority chunk of the blame, but it's also on AD and it's also on LeBron because LeBron again went 3 for 9. We talked about how he should stop shooting threes, and instead he replicated that by shooting more threes. So basically, check this out. He missed 6 threes in the last game, going over 6, but he replicated the same thing this game, going 3 for 9. He missed 6 threes. So it's on all 3 of them. To me, it's on 3. Not equally. Obviously, Darvin Ham is the most to blame, but our stars have not shined. We have to accept that. And I do believe Father Time is coming for our boy, man. I think LeBron is I'll be surprised if I see another dominant season for LeBron the way we did this regular season for the most part and last year, right? I'll be surprised if I see another one. I'll admit I was wrong and it was probably the foot injury, but yeah, I think he's gonna start slowing down, man. This whole postseason, his team has carried him more than the other way around. So that's a good thing up until it's not, because in these moments we needed him to be old LeBron, but he couldn't do that no more for us. So that tells me that he's not the same no more. And again, it could be the ankle bothering him, it could be the foot, or it could just be a bunch of lame excuses. Because let's be honest, 3 for 9 has nothing to do with injuries, right? Darth Scar says trade AD for DeMar, Levine, and Vucevic. Now that is a trade I would do because you basically shore up all the depth. But why would Chicago do it for all three of them, right? The salary is not going to match. I mean, unless you include D'Lo on the sign and trade. I don't know. Again, the cap situation, I'm not a cap expert on this whole ordeal, man. I don't know how that would look, but I would definitely consider that one right there because you're getting some closers there. You get a young athlete in Levine. You get a closer in DeMar, and you get a solid big at least because you at least need a solid big to win a championship. No way you can win with Mo Bamba starting at the 5. Tough times never last. Lakers do. That's right, brother. Keep it up, man. Keep up the positive vibes. And, we need all the positive vibes we can get because this is going to be a tough night. It's going to be a rough night. And it sucks. It sucks for us Laker fans. We've been here all year. But at the same time, it's bittersweet because the sweet part is that a lot of people didn't think we would get here, and we did. The bitter part is that now we don't want to listen, we do not want to get swept, all right? Because if we get swept, then everything they said about us was true, that we shouldn't have been here, right? We're outmatched. So we're at least fighting for our pride now. That's it. Let's fight for our pride. Yeah, we're all heartbroken, man. You guys aren't alone. Time to focus on the draft, bring up the youth. I got you guys, man. I got you guys on all that draft content. I have some sleepers in this year's draft that I cannot wait to break down with you guys. But, one of those things, man. One of those things, I'm not ready to talk about that yet. I'm going to let this loss simmer. I'm going to let it sting a little bit more. I'm going to take a couple shots, and then we go from there, man. Tough loss, though. 0-3. Our season looks over, and we got to go. We got to move forward from that. Tony says, I love the kind of fan that you are. You love the Lakers the way I do. I had to face that we are the second best team in the West. Our stars cannot shoot from outside this year. Still and always love the Lakers. Appreciate you, Tony. Hey, man, real ones know what's up, man. We're never going to leave our team side. Does it hurt? Hell yeah, it hurts. But we're still here, man. We're still facing the criticism. We're here facing all the haters. It's not going to face us, right? We've seen worse. So, we just got to keep marching forward, man. Put our best foot forward. We tried this season. We can't. It looks like we're about to come up short. It's not official till it's official, but yeah, man. You see now what we're lacking. I thought we were a perfect, complete team, and then D'Lo didn't show up. I thought we'd have the closers this series, and then our closers didn't show up. I thought our coach could at least hold his own, and then our coach didn't show up. So the playoffs always set you free, man. They reveal the truth. We at least no longer have to get tormented, hoping that the Lakers come back from down 0-2. At least now we know the truth. And the truth is that they're a better team than us this season. They're better coached. Their stars are clutcher than us, than our stars. And they just had more depth, right? And if we do have the right depth, we didn't use it. So, again, that falls back on the coach. And, I'm very disappointed, guys. Kane said, AD is soft, bro. I'm sorry. He got no heart or dog. He's a part-timer. That's what he is, man. The thing about him is when he plays his heart out, we freaking love this dude, man. He looks like his jersey belongs in the rafters. But then he disappears for certain quarters and certain halves. And when he does that, then people want to trade him, right? So he's a polarizing athlete here in Los Angeles. We love consistency more than anything. The thing we used to love about Shaq and Kobe is that they used to give us, we knew what to expect. Shaq every night was a wrecking ball. Kobe Bryant every night was a killer. With Anthony Davis, we don't know where you pencil him in the conversation because he can be the best player on the court or one of the worst ones. You don't know what you're going to get. So, I love AD, man. I'm always going to be thankful for what he did, for what LeBron did as well. But it does look like their 1-2 punch is over unless we fortify that with like Kyrie without giving up depth, and we fortify that in the draft even more. But I don't know. I don't know if that's even possible, right? I don't know what the CBA will look like. I heard there's a lot of restrictions, salary cap, stuff like that, man. And it sucks, man. It sucks. But hey, it's been a fun ride, guys, and we're going to continue this ride all the way into the offseason. There's still a lot of content to cover. We have good draft picks this offseason, and stuff like that, right? Still, I can't wait for the next game, believe it or not, because I'm going to miss the Lakers. When they're done, we don't have Laker basketball. It starts getting really boring. That's when I start working out more, start hooping more, summertime, making music, just keeping my brain occupied. I'm the type of guy I can't sit around too much. and not do much because I feel useless. So I keep myself occupied when the regular season 0 to 100 at all times, dropping content, working for y'all. And in the off season, I'm still working for y'all, but on the side, I'm making music. On the side, I'm playing ball. I mean, that's what everybody got to do, man. To not be stressed, not depressed about the loss. Keep your mind occupied. And I'm still going to watch the finals. I'll still be covering. Hopefully, it'll be the Heat in the finals because I can root for them. Can't root for Boston. Can't root for Denver. Majestic said, why do the Lakers coach not play big body instead of playing 3 guards? My starting lineup should be Rui, AD, LeBron, AR, and Vando. Yeah, that's my same starting lineup. I mentioned it a couple games ago, man. I don't understand this modern day concept of going small. Playing small ball is not the business. And you can get away with that sometimes. But when you go up against size like Denver has, you see how it just doesn't benefit us, right? It's counterproductive, right? We give up a lot of offensive rebounds. We've been doing that all series long. The 3-guard lineup is just not the business. He said, Bernard, you trashing Call of Duty. Let's go Lakers. My man is talking smack to somebody, man. I dig it. He came on my chat to have me read his trash talking. That's hilarious. Man. Mission 24 says, I've been having morning meetings with God, and sometimes I feel Kobe and Gigi. He said, they all keep saying, hold fast, be strong. That's deep, brother. That is deep, man. Keep the prayers up. Keep the prayers up, man. And, we live to fight another day. Listen, it's never over. At the end of the day, I'm proud of my franchise. No matter what happens, man, we've been blessed. So, haters can be mad. They can celebrate. They try to kick us when we're down, but they were real quiet after we got past their favorite, 3-point jacking team, the Warriors. They just went quiet. However, now they want to talk. This is what cowards do, right? Cowards stay in the back, and then they get their licking when somebody's on the floor and they're getting beat up. So that's what cowards do. So these are cowards you see in the chat. Nobody's tripping off of them, man. They really don't faze me. I've been doing this for so many years that they can't see me, right? So it's all good. Let them talk. But at the end of the day, bro, keep your prayers up, man. Hey, we're gonna be straight. We're gonna come back stronger than ever, right? Yeah, you know what? Jokic kind of proven he should have been the MVP. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I take my pick back. I had given it to Giannis, but I think it should have been Jokic. I mean, he's the best big man in the NBA, and I mean, he's proven it now. He's proven it now, right? Anthony Ortiz says, Dan, do you think all of the picks and youth we have traded away are worth the results over the past 5 years? Go Lakers, and great work, Dan. That's a deep question. I say yes, Anthony, because as you can see, we've replenished that youth, right? And that's what the Lakers always do. We're great at rebuilding. So I say yes because we got a title out of it, and as a result, we're now tied with 17 with the Celtics. We wouldn't be like that if we didn't trade the youth. As you can see, none of the youth have really gotten far in the playoffs, right? The furthest, I think, has been Julius Randle to the second round, and that's it, right? So we got rid of all the youth, but what has the youth done now? If the youth had won a couple of championships and the Lakers only had one, then I would have said, no, it's not worth it. But at the end of the day, remember, it's all about winning championships. We're in the business of winning championships. So as long as we have more championships than what the youth has, I think it was a great deal. Plus, we replenished the youth. We now have a bright future with Austin Reeves, with Rui, Vando, in my opinion. I'm not sure if D'Lo's a part of that after this series, but if he is, I hope he gets better and more efficient and more consistent. But at the end of the day, look, man, championship is what it's all about, right? So that's what we're in the business of, man. That's why it doesn't feel good. Like, I'm proud of the team for getting this far, but I don't feel good about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm grateful, but I'm not happy, right? So there's a balance there. I think as fans, we got to be grateful because we went from 13 to Western Conference Finals. But there is a difference between grateful and being happy. You can be grateful without being happy. Randall said, I have no words. Whatever happens next, Lakers for life. That's right, brother. That is it. We ride together. We die together, right? That's it. That's the bottom line, man. It's always Lakers for life. Dan, Father Time is here for LeBron. It's a fact. It sure seems that way, man. I cannot even deny it. You guys know I'm a truth teller. I would be doing a disjustice by sugarcoating that fact. The fact that we talked about it on Around the League yesterday, so definitely tune into the episode. I brought it up, and I think it was me and Jeff that agreed that, yeah, to some degree, Father Time has come for LeBron. So definitely go check that episode out. But that was even before tonight's game, and like every game is like convinces me more and more and more. Either that or his injury, he's going to require surgery, and hopefully he comes back like he was before the playoffs. But man, yeah, these playoffs have not been an impressive ones for LeBron, like all of his previous career ones, right? These have been the least impressive, which tells me when that starts happening is that you're starting to decline, and it's natural. It's no knock on LeBron; he's still one of the goats. He's still phenomenal. I'm still glad we acquired him. I'm happy to have him here as a Laker. But Father Time is undefeated. Kitty says, I hope we will win Monday. If we can win Monday and return to Denver and win, there is hope. Go Lakers. That's a lot of ifs. I feel you, though. I'm hoping for the same thing. I'm hoping that they bring our spirits back up with a couple of wins. That would be nice. But right now, like I said, 3-0 Denver seems pretty commanding. And they came into our house where we had not lost in forever. And they took our souls right now tonight. So what a tough loss. And again, another close game that gets blown out of proportion in the fourth. Again, Lakers just, our stars not shining, our coach not shining. Simple as that. Listen, this is a star-driven league, and you will only get as far as your stars take you. I mean, just ask the Miami Heat with Jimmy Butler, right? So that's the bottom line. At the end of the day, our stars took us all the way to the Western Conference. I applaud them. That's very good, but it's not where that wasn't the end result we wanted, right? So Jerry King says, what are we talking about here? Energy and injuries are catching up to us. We should have made these trades earlier in the season, but it was too late. Y'all tripping about all this other stuff? We're tripping about Father Time and all this other stuff? I don't think so, man. I think we're being realistic, and I actually think you're being in denial. Injuries happen to everybody, right? They happen to everybody. Nobody on Denver is 100% healthy, right? Injuries start actually piling up more as you get older. And I'm not talking about AD because he's always been injury prone. I'm talking about LeBron. I've never seen him so injury riddled in his career as he is now. And that's only because he's 38, right? That's normal, man. You got to let it go. I understand that he's your favorite player. You probably got LeBron James pajamas. You probably got posters and shit. Like I got Kobe posters and stuff. But at one point, man, we had to accept that our GOAT was also Father Time came knocking for him, right? The same thing with LeBron, man. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's what it's looking like. Now, unless he proves us otherwise and wins another title here for the Lakers, then there's nothing else we could say about that. I mean, this LeBron is 10 times worse than the bubble LeBron, right? Let's be honest, right? He's shooting like 1 for 20 from beyond the arc. Like, yeah, this LeBron is not the bubble LeBron. It's not the LeBron we saw 3 years ago. And again, it's not a knock on LeBron. It's a normal process. Mike Goat went through Father Time as well. He went through injuries as he got older. He started piling up as well. So that's the way it is, man. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You could think we're tripping, but I'm keeping it $150, bro. I never trip on nothing, man. I don't trip. I fall forward, baby. He said, tough times never last. Lakers do. Talk to him, bro. It's all about keeping a positive mindset. Facts doesn't mean that we're being negative. Those are just facts. The facts are that LeBron has not had a great playoff series so far. He's had an okay playoff series here and there. He's had moments. Like, I think his best playoff moment was the one here at home. I think it was, what was it, game 3 or game 4, when he hit that teardrop layup, not teardrop, but high off the glass over Jaren Jackson Jr., the defensive player of the year. And then he went to overtime and he took over that game. That's the only game I can remember that he had like a phenomenal game. Right. And if you want to throw in the honorable mention, the one where you dropped 30, but these, I feel like these came out of just sheer will because there was role players that were talking shit to him. Right. It is what it is, man. The Lakers in 7. I'm not worried. Nuggets been lucky. Oh, man, I hope you're right, bro. And I hope I'm wrong, but it feels like it's over, brother. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm still riding with my squad till they're officially dead and out of the water, but it does not feel like that will happen anymore, man. It doesn't feel like it'll happen, Jay. I mean, I hope you're right. If you're right, I'm going to give Jay a major shout out, man. If you're right and we went in 7, you're going to be the only one who believed it on this chat. So I'm going to give you props, bro. But it doesn't look that way, brother. I hate to say it, but that's going to wrap it up for me, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Please keep it locked here for all things Lakers, man. See you guys on Monday. That's when the game is. So I may drop in tomorrow. I think, do the Heat play tomorrow? I may drop in if the Heat continue to win because they've been, fun to watch. But, man, we'll see what happens moving forward. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you already haven't. And turn on them post notification bells. Last comment I'm going to read. Strictly Bucket said, Bron said he's having foot surgery and no one will know. Yeah, and after that, who knows how he'll come back after that. But I wish LeBron James and the Lakers the best, man. That's all we can do. Anyways, appreciate y'all, man. I will talk to you guys real soon. Try to have a good night, man. Peace out.